Welcome to Something Slight on Kismet Radio. I'm your host, Tara, and we're back at Private Stock with theMIND. theMIND is a native of Philadelphia, but has been in Chicago for over a decade. What'd you say, 16 years?
Chill out.
Okay. One of his earliest offerings is 2016 Summer Camp, followed by 2020's Don't Let It Go to Your Head. Last year, he released his EP, Coffee Grounds, and now he's returned with Dancing While Crying in the Middle of Nowhere. theMIND is also a 2-time Grammy winner and has collaborated with many Chicago darlings, among them No Name, Saba, Smino, McJenkins, and Chance the Rapper. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Congrats.
Thank you. That's crazy.
I have something special for you.
What we got?
We got some champagne.
Champagne.
I mean, I
Let's
don't know.
go.
I don't know if it's good, but it's
Looks great.
You know, we'll
It's-
see.
it's-
Oh wait, how do I open this?
It's gold encrusted.
I'm scared, low key. You can have the more one.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Oh, we could put that down there.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, before we get into our conversation, we're gonna listen to some music.
Austin.
Oh Lord, Jesse made another one.
I'm back outside. Nigga that made me mad. Nigga that made me mad again. Okay, I'm a Southside bitch to the grave. I'm a real ass bitch to the tomb. $1,000,000 combos on Zoom. Get wet, I don't gotta use lube. You a friendly ass bitch, I'm rude. Popped out with a brand new dude. Popped out with a brand new team. Walked in, smell good, I'm tea. Pop perks all day, you burn. Big bands on me, I'm turned. Big bands on me, I'm healed. Out of 10, I done broke the skill. Out of 10, I'ma give him a 5. On the 20, I'm swerving and gliding. Is you telling the business I'm riding? Let him in, he slipping and sliding. Put up too fine, I'm dead. Bitch, you been broke, no head. Oh, you been burnt, no cap. I'm turned, I don't need rap. Can't argue with bitch that hating. Been begging for pussy, waiting. He need it, no need a reason, he breathing. I'm back outside. Nigga that made me mad. Nigga that made me mad again. Okay, I'm a Southside bitch to the grave. I'm a real ass bitch to the tomb. $1,000,000 combos on Zoom. Get wet, I don't gotta use lube. You a friendly ass bitch, I'm rude. Popped out with a brand new dude. Popped out with a brand new team. Walked in, smell good, I'm tea.
Walked in, bitch, I'm turned. Got auntie hang, she burnt. Hoes talk cool, what first? They don't never wanna talk about a verse. Stop worrying about the shit they tight. Cause the same hoes see me and slurp. I'm a Southside bitch to the grave. I'm a Southside bitch to the hearse. Hop out the G-Way, hop out the vert. M's all brand deals, M's all merch. Got a bitch driveway looking like hers. I don't know how to sing, but I'm hurt. I've been trying to make my nigga quit serve. Now you tryna ring me like church. I'm a real ass bitch, can't fold. I don't need do my own damn laundry. I don't need play like that. Count on one hand, who done had a piece of this punani? And they saying that I rap my ass off. Turn around like I can't tell. Oh well, Lord forgive me, I'm giving them hell.
I'm back outside. Nigga that made me mad. Nigga that made me mad again. Okay, I'm a Southside bitch to the grave. I'm a real ass bitch to the tomb. $1,000,000 combos on Zoom. Get wet, I don't gotta use lube. You a friendly ass bitch, I'm rude. Popped out with a brand new dude. Popped out with a brand new team. Walked in, smell good, I'm tea. Okay.
Motherfucking catfish, all that, y'all catfish. Y'all get tight.
Atira a puta que o bonde chegou com tudo. Esse é o bonde que tá fazendo. Nós 500 vagabundos. Atira a puta que o bonde chegou com tudo. Esse é o bonde que tá fazendo. Nós 500 vagabundos. Puta, 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 puta.
south side, the 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 south side. The south side. The south side.
Southside.
Can you tell me if it's worth the time? Cause I'll show you if it's going go by. I can tell that you want me tonight by the way you're looking in my eyes. Tonight, just you and me. We can dance, talk, do anything. Cause I like you, girl. Do you like me? Yeah, I like you, girl. Do you like me? Girl, you got me hypnotized. You got me thinking about what I want to die. I'ma keep it going through the night. I ain't stopping till you get satisfied. Tonight, just you and me. We can dance, talk, do anything. Cause I like you, girl. Do you like me? Yeah, I like you, girl. Do you like me? the sculpture eye. Don't stop, I'm not the jealous type. Just long and whip you hit mine. Tonight feels like this forever with you down. Even in this temporary tonight feels like this forever with you down. Even if it's temporary. Tonight, just you and me. We can dance, talk, do anything. 'Cause I like you, girl. Do you like me? Yeah, I like you, girl. Do you like me?
Well, I was reading your bio and it said music became a therapeutic outlet for you at age 9. Is that something you like recognized immediately? I feel like you might not have the words to, describe it that way, that age.
Yeah, I don't think I knew what I was doing at that age.
Yeah.
I think that I was probably, I think I've been describing it recently as as a kid, specifically growing up in foster care, you feel like no one's listening to you. So you look for outlets that like make you feel like people will make you the center of attention. You know what I'm saying? So it was music. It was like a little bit of theater, like just a tad bit of theater,
Okay.
just a tad bit. I think I played, who did I play? Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I played Thurgood Marshall in a random play, whatever.
It was a one-off.
Just a one-off.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that it was another kid came up immediately after me and did another rendition of it. It was in the middle of like a block party, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, like I definitely think that I picked, or I was inadvertently picking things that would make me feel like people were paying attention to me, because I felt like we were just getting lost in the system. We were just getting lost in conversation. I think like me and my sisters constantly felt like if we said something was wrong, nobody listened to us, and so on and so forth.
Your twin, yes, yeah.
My twin and my older sister. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I just got to a place where I was like, okay, like maybe I'll rap, and then I just started battling people on my block in the middle of the day.
Yes, I heard you rap.
Yeah, I can rap. I'm all right.
You gonna?
Oh no, hell no! I'm like Vince Staples when it comes to that. I'm not rapping in front of you. I don't know why that's like so funny to me, but it is like one of those things where it's like I dropped the whole album, and then they be like, "Yo, come up to the radio station and spit." You like, I gave you 17 songs, but you still want me to rap up there? I guess that's part of the culture.
That wasn't like fire at that age to do.
At that age, yeah. I remember Jay-Z.
You're talking about more recently.
I'm talking about more recently.
Okay.
Like
no, just play the song.
Yeah, when Jay-Z used to rent out the whole station and like have like all of State Property and Memphis Bleak and all of them rapping, that was fire. But like now it's just like no Sway. I'm not rapping. Like maybe Sway. I'll rap with Sway.
Oh,
like it's like one of the. No, I'm not gonna name radio stations, but yeah.
Okay, so at what age did you really realize it was like this outlet for you?
I didn't realize that until like more recent. Like, I think I didn't realize that until
recent.
Like recent, probably in like the past 5 years, 10 years.
Interesting.
10
okay,
years,
10. I
probably
can
10
see.
years. Yeah, you start to like kind of look at your entire life and realize what moment left up to what moment. You know what? I can actually explain what year it was. It was 2016. 2015, 2016, I prayed. I was like, yo, can I help me understand why certain things are happening in life? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, please, I need to realize why this thing happens here and this thing happens here. And I still left with like a lot of questions. But one of the questions that I did get answered was like looking back over my life and like my experiences and being like, hey, this thing led to this thing and this thing led to this thing and so on and so forth. Like even my bad decisions, even my good decisions. And then one of them was like, why did you even start making music? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point of it? And then you start to ask yourself those questions like, oh, damn, I felt unheard. I felt like nobody wanted to listen to me. I felt like I was crying out for help and nobody was listening. And then I was like, oh, that's why I started this. Like, that's why I started like auto what's the word? I don't know. But yeah, what's the
What,
word?
audio visual?
No, not
what are you
audio
talking
visual. Like if you hear something, like if it's
about?
a
You see colors?
no, like
What are you talking about?
like you're an audio learner. What's the word?
Yeah.
Like
Auditory.
Auditory. That's the
Yeah.
word. There it is. Yeah, I think that a lot of things. I started in auditory fields because I felt like being unheard. I wanted to help other people who felt like that, or other people that was around me that also felt like that. Like I could tell their story better than other people were pretending to. You know what I'm saying? So, and my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, and advocate for myself as well. So.
I mean, do you think that people were listening to you? Did you feel like people were listening to you more because you were releasing music or making music at that time?
I wasn't releasing music at that time, but I definitely
okay.
feel like people were listening to me. It's like one of those things where you ever hear those stories a lot about like child prodigies of like a basketball or like pianists. Typically people start paying attention to you if you do something really, really well, right? And so I started like poetry and rapping and all this other stuff. And for some odd reason, like people were like turning their head as soon as they would like hear me do something. I was like, damn, maybe I'm good at this. And then I just kept on doing that. And then before I knew it, it was like one of those things where it's like, oh, I could do this for a living. Like, I think that I'm, on the humblest way possible. I think that I'm really good at this. Like, I think
don't
that
have to be humble.
I feel like that. I feel like humility is necessary to
a certain degree, but I think like you should talk your shit.
For sure.
I think it's like a balance of humility and talking your shit.
Yeah.
Which is hard to strike, but
I'm trying to find that
strive
balance.
for that. Yes.
I'm trying to find that balance because I definitely think that like I know that I'm good at what I do. I do know that. That's not the problem. I think the problem is that I don't want anybody to think that it's an impossible level to reach without practice or, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. Like I think that we can all do music. I think music was given to us by like God. Like anybody can make music.
I agree, and I disagree a little, but yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Because I do. I think that everybody has a voice.
Everybody can make music.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that like raw talent, like just raw talent, you know?
I feel that.
But that's with any, I think, like, I mean, that's with anything. But
Oh,
then,
God,
at creative
Anything.
endeavors,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's like okay, I'm going to stop.
No, you're right. I do think like there's this,
There's like a level of narcissism there,
For sure.
So,
and I can't take that. Like I can't go full fledged in. Like I wish that I did feel like that. But I also feel like my insecurities and my art is the thing that makes me, that's my actual superpower.
Yeah.
Like, because I then feel like I'll keep on trying to make it
I'm
better.
not even saying, I know narcissist is bad, but like
It's on the
narcissism is
spectrum.
bad. But that's not even what I mean. I mean, there's just like, I feel like it's like a give and take relationship because you're making art and making yourself vulnerable to the world.
For sure.
And people are consuming that art and then also maybe demanding something of you. So I feel like, I'm not saying people are entitled, but like if you're making something creative, I just feel like that's like that sort of, that's another balance, you like give and take.
Yeah.
So could it be like a little, I mean, it's self-centered.
It's a little bit self-centered. Has to be.
Like essentially,
Yeah. Has to be. You're talking about yourself constantly.
Yeah, exactly. And hoping somebody relates to you.
Guarantee. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so anyway, I mean, shit, you're good. I think that was my point.
I appreciate it. I'll take it.
So music brought you to Chicago.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you seeing or how did you even decide or?
School.
Okay.
I think my
Columbia.
Yeah. One of my, I think some teacher, I remember his name, Mr. Vasquez. I don't remember what he taught. Why is that gone? That's weird. What? You ever feel like your brain is cleaning stuff off, and it's like, yo, why'd you
It's like
erase that?
unlocking random
Yeah,
apps.
like why'd you close that tab?
Yeah.
Anyway, my teacher, Mr. Vasquez, he told me, he was like, yo, there's a school in Chicago, like Columbia, and I was about to audition at Berkeley in Boston. Well, I did audition at Berkeley in Boston. Terrible. When
Damn.
the worst way that you can ever imagine
No.
that you could, it didn't, they like didn't boo me or anything like that.
I hope not.
So it's like a
Jeez.
panel that you do like a whole
Yeah, like say
audition
Last Dance.
for, basically.
That's my point.
That's the point of reference of me in there just pop locking.
It takes place in Chicago.
Facts, yeah.
Right? No,
but
yeah.
I just you funny. I felt like I went to Berkeley and I wasn't as comfortable with my voice as like in the aspect of singing. So I rapped.
Oh.
And they was like, oh that's different. I was like, oh yeah. They was like, oh yeah, we gonna talk about this and you can come back in a little bit later. We'll give you our decision. I was like, for sure. I walked out of there so confident.
Oh no.
But I will say this, on the trip to Boston, before I even did that, Lupe Fiasco, I saw him on in the airport.
Oh, okay.
And he was like my dad like walked up to him and like told him like, yo, my son's this huge fan of you, so on and so forth. And then he made me walk over and talk to Lupe. And then
Damn, he made you?
Made me. He was
Damn.
like, I done told Mr. Fiasco that you gonna come talk to him and you better go say hi. I'm like, oh my God. So I went over there. Mr. Fiasco, this is my son. I'm like,
Mr. Fiasco's
it's crazy. He just kept saying it. I was like, that's his name. Like, I'm calling him that. And so I asked Lupe for an autograph, and in typical Lupe fashion, he said no. He was like, nah. He was like, but I will talk to you and draw you this picture of a tree. And so he drew me a picture of a tree, and then he asked me, he was like, what school are you going to? I was like, I'm going to audition in Berkeley. He's like, you looking at any other schools? And I was like, I'm looking at Columbia and Chicago. He's like, oh, cool. I don't know anything about Columbia, but Chicago's dope. You should go there. I was like, for sure.
That was it?
Yeah, I was like,
damn,
look like I'm going to Chicago. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, after I failed the audition, I feel like I botched it on purpose in Berkeley. Nah, I'm lying. I'm gonna say that to make my ego feel better. I botched it on purpose. Like, I could have definitely got into Berkeley if it was up to me.
If you sang.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I wanted it, I could have had it. But
I think that's also real though. No,
not rapping. Nah. Like 4 of my friends got into Berkeley, except for me. But I got into Columbia with flying colors.
Yeah.
And then I just got here. I got off the plane and I was like, I love it here. Like, I want to be here for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I then stayed.
Here you are.
Here I am. Here we are.
Yes, indeed. Yes, but shorter time than you.
Okay, come on.
We're gonna listen to one of my favorites from your new project. This is Oh Dear Damn Love, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm in love. How did this happen again? This one goes down in the book. I said look, she said look. We were shook. How much time this done took? From the moment you told me your name, I was hooked. Like a fish out of water, I'm dying, I'm cooked. We used to laugh at each other. Now we get nervous and flustered. Enough is enough. This comes with love. Can we go backwards? Shorty Cupid can make exceptions. What made him even come talk? Drunk but I'm hung up, we hung out, now I'm stuck. When she leave, I can't sleep, feel like rocks in my gut. But lately, we've been moving too fast. And it's gonna be how I need your ass. I think I'm in love. How did this happen again?
When you ran from Canada, flowers start to fly down through turn into a brand new fella. She gonna get the bullshit competition.
Maybe we'd be better off separate. This wasn't part of the plan. Tell it to the hours we spending. What was expected? Boundaries neglected. Snowed your kingdom with no Trojans protection.
You know, I do think that you have a very special voice,
Thank you.
and I've always enjoyed your music, and I feel like there's a real rawness to your voice, especially in this project that it's like upbeat, but you know,
Yeah.
I mean, the production's different.
Yeah, truly. We reached out to, I think when we first started this project, I had a conversation with Chris Nelson, and we were talking about how like they knew a side of me that everybody else didn't. Like all my friends do. Like y'all know like
Yes,
this,
no,
you know?
yes,
You know?
yes,
And it's like this part of me like that everybody's like, oh damn, like if you meet Zig, like, you know, if you meet the man, like he's cool as hell. He be busting jokes. We'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I felt like that part would never shine through on my music besides like 3 songs. And then they were like, yo, what if you just took an approach of, you know, trying to make things in this manner? Like, you know, just let's give people other things other than just the sadness. And I was like, okay, like, let's just see. And then after that, we, you know, Juliana, like went out and like banded the super friends of producers, like all of these raw ass individuals from, you know, Eugene Side to Stoic to, you know, Vision. Like, and we just sat down, and I think because of that, because I didn't just use one producer this one time, it changed the sound, and we could move through different sounds as quickly as possible. But also in a way that bigged up all of the songs prior, you know?
Yeah. I feel like this is more of a 360 picture of you than, because there's all these, like, you're pulling in all these, I mean, it's a very visual.
Yeah.
The rollout was really visual.
Yeah.
Obviously, you dropped, like, literally every song has a video already.
Yeah.
And then you had your events at, like, or your listening party at
theaters,
at
yeah.
the theater,
Yeah.
you know? And so, and like, then just like, obviously we always know you're dripped out. Like, you're just pulling in all of these like parts of you,
Yeah.
you know, for like a very much more authentic representation of
see
who
that.
you are as an artist.
Yeah, definitely.
To me.
No, that's real. I think it was. I think it was this approach of like trying to introduce the entire person rather
Yeah.
than you know, the mind to me has always been like a very behind the veil situation. Like I always wanted the music to speak first, and
Yeah.
then like probably never judge me, never see me, like just look at the music. And I think that my image and who I actually am services the music more. Like if you know me and
Yeah.
you hear the music, then it makes the music make more sense.
Yeah.
Rather than the other way around, because it's just like, oh well, I like this guy's music, but I don't know him. Like
Yeah. I mean, I just think like that worked 10 years ago because music
sure.
was so different then,
Yeah.
with like The Weeknd and like, I don't know, Lake Kelly 40, or like, you know, those
Frank
kinda,
Ocean, anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Even
like,
early SZA, you never saw her.
yeah.
Like,
So, but now I think there's so much we have to filter through that we need to
Yeah.
know who you are,
yeah, guaranteed.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I have no problem telling people who I am. I just, and now I feel like I'm a little bit more established as an artist, so
Yeah.
it makes more sense to then bring out this other version, not the other version of me, but bring out the whole version of me.
Yeah.
And be like, well, this is who I am, and then this makes all of the rest of these projects make sense too. So,
Do you think that, I mean, I think we all struggle with imposter syndrome. Do you think like more like showing your more authentic self to the world kind of keeps the imposter syndrome at bay?
Yes and no. I think the world is the reason for the imposter syndrome. No, like, you know, like in my head,
Well, we already agreed we live in a simulation. So,
for real.
yeah.
Like in my head, I am everything that I want to be.
Yeah.
It's not until the world tells me that I'm not that I start questioning. Like, oh shit, maybe I'm not. Maybe I couldn't have gone D1. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I don't run. Like,
Well, there's some things that are factual. Like I could not be in the WNBA, but
who's to say?
you know, my height.
Who's this? Like,
I'm not dunking on anybody.
no one's dunking in the WNBA.
Okay, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No, I hear you, but I
Yeah.
feel like. So, for instance, I was just having this conversation with somebody about like Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry entered a era of basketball where everyone, well, not just him. I think the reason why we rooted for Allen Iverson the way we did is because he was not too tall. He didn't look like he had like this crazy athletic build or anything. It was just work ethic. It was just like, I play harder than you and no one can ever beat me. Right. And so because of that, I don't think that there's anything that I can't do until someone tells me that I can't do it. You know, like in, of all people, we could bleep out this guy's name. Kanye said, he said this line where he was like, until like as kids, until somebody instills in you that you can't do something, you don't realize that you can't do it. Like somebody's like, oh, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't do this, that. Don't do this. This is, you know, that's wrong, and so on and so forth. And then you start to live with those, and before you know it, like those become like your safe zones, and you
Some
start.
of that stuff is practical.
Some of it is,
Yeah.
but imagine all of the times that we grew up in situations where everybody didn't know everything around us, and then they start instilling things in you that like are their fears, or you know, like, oh, you can't do that. Like, you know how many conversations I had about music that people were telling me when I was 21, like maybe you should get a real job, maybe you should try something else, or anytime that like I'm not directly where I wanted to be, someone was just like, maybe it's time to get that up, like, you know what I'm saying? And
It's a lot of unlearning from everybody for everybody. Yeah.
And so I think for me, that imposter syndrome aspect didn't come from me. Like I truly believe that like there's nothing that I can't do, barring eligibility for like sports and stuff. That's like
what that. I was just saying. You said
no, but I'm saying like this, like I can't go play college ball. Like, you know,
I can't play any ball.
Nah, like if I was a freak of nature, like if I just like got really raw, like I don't know, maybe that's also like me. Just I don't know, because I think that this is a simulation. I think that I could do anything. Like I think that I could.
I mean, it's like The Sims.
Yes.
Honestly,
if I just dedicated it enough time, I think I could get really raw at basketball.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to an adult basketball camp.
You should start one.
No, I can't.
That's part of your brand.
No. I want to go with like AAU kids, and it's just me.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
And then it's just like, why is bro here? I'm just working on my left, bro. Just working on getting my left right. So,
I just feel like when people tell me I can't do some shit, I go do it and prove them so wrong.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think
you damn near have to.
That's what happened with me singing. There was so many people who told me that I should stop singing, and I was like, I'm gonna sing. And matter of fact, I'm gonna throw you off. I'm gonna cover my face and I'm gonna play you a song like it's not me. And I'm gonna ask you, do you like it? And it's me singing. And then most of the time that I did that, people were like, man, this shit's hot. And I was like, hater. And
wow, that's like, crazy.
Yeah, so it worked.
Do you feel like, okay, so you said in the last 10 years you started viewing making music as therapeutic. Do you still see it that way now?
Definitely. I think songs that I don't even directly look at as some type of cathartic cleansing of myself, right? Like still feel like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once I listen to them later, I'm just saying to myself like, damn, like that's what you was talking about? Like, and that's why I also kind of feel that music doesn't come from me. I am a vessel. And so because of that, when I'm trying to, you know, sometimes I just let my subconscious work. Sometimes whatever's happening has nothing to do with me. And it's just, once it's there, it's there. Like sometimes I'm just throwing paint at the wall and it comes out to be what it is. Oh Dear felt like that. Oh Dear, like Damn Love really felt like just a song where I was throwing paint at the wall. I didn't expect anybody to like that record.
That like last part, as you're just like vocalizing.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's actually Blake Davis.
Oh, that's not you singing?
That's Blake Davis.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I really like that part though.
Blake Davis goes crazy. Yeah. It was like that. It was this, Starkhead did this raw behind guitar and raw behind. Raw ass guitar. I was like, we're on the radio. I can't curse.
It's the coffee.
Right, exactly. He was doing this raw ass guitar lick, and I was like, man, like Blake can sometimes make his voice sound like a synth, and we just like kind of directed him, and he started making these weaves. It's tight. It's like the waves are flowing over you. It's dope. It's like there's a baby crying, and then it's him like sounding like he's trying to soothe the baby to sleep. It's like those two happening together. It's perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
What has changed for you between I was listening to Don't Let It Go to Your Head today, and then actually, I interviewed you.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of rereading that and some of the themes. I mean, I think it was more sociopolitical. I mean, there's also a theme of love. I mean, there's
For sure.
the cover with the bags over there. Yeah. What has changed between that project and your current project for you? Because sonically, that is definitely that was your bag. Like,
Yeah.
That album.
I think for me, I think that people wanted me to be there in that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hate that for you.
Yeah, but not in a bad way. In a way where like sometimes you are as broad as you're as broad as the expectations put on you, and you're also as wide as what lens people can see you in, right? And so for me, nobody had ever put me in another lens. Nobody had ever and I knew that I could do I really do think that I could do anything. I think I can make any song. And so all I needed was the challenge for somebody to say like, hey man, I think you could go crazy on it. All right, say less. I already knew it, but let's do it. And Don't Let It Go to Your Head exists in the past. It exists in a place where I was trying to figure out things that happened to me in the past and not let them affect my future. And Nowhere is a reflection of what I want the present to be or what I'm trying to see the present as,
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to kind of describe it. One is present, one is like existing more in the past than things that happened to me.
Are you happy?
I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I think that every day I'm striving for the happiness. I'm striving to get to that place, but I think I've had more fun this year than I had in a long time.
I love that.
Yeah. Making music, rolling this out, like being around like my friends and like having conversations. We live and die by bits. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've never felt more like I know this isn't the term, but I've never felt more believed in like people believe in what I'm doing. And like, I'm actually, that thing that I was striving for as this kid, like to be heard and stuff like that. I feel like people are listening to me. You know what I'm saying?
Is this like the first time you felt that way?
Yeah, very much so. I felt like I've been in a lot of positions where people like listen to my music, but don't hear me. Or like I'll be in a conversation and I don't really think that they see me. And this time around, I felt like when I said something, it didn't fall on deaf ears. Like people felt like my words were valuable, and I felt like theirs were too. And because of that, it was this symbiotic relationship that could be created. Like that also, like even if I did have this imposter syndrome, even if I did have these low moments, I didn't believe it because I trusted them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, they wouldn't be fucking with me if I was tweaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then that kind of removed that aspect. But like the happiness, to get back to the initial question, the happiness aspect, I'm still searching for that. And I'm happy at moments for sure.
Yeah.
But like, but more than anything, I'm at peace for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think like it was hard to ignore you with this rollout. I mean, because you just came, it was just like such a full force of like visuals and styling and the music and, the actual arrangements on in the music, like there was just like no way to ignore that. Yeah.
It's team. Like I said, like one voice.
Shout out your team.
Yeah. Shout out the team.
Yeah.
Shout out the squad.
It was a team effort.
For sure.
Yeah.
But again, if I'm yelling by myself, you're probably gonna be like, oh, that dude's crazy. If there's like 5 people yelling in the corner, you're like,
right.
They need some? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is there 5 people over there yelling? And you add Juliana Elton, Juliana, like I said, A&R this whole entire project, like from top to bottom, like introducing me to producers and people that I'd never talked to before, right? Like we got strings done on this album. Like she was a fan of the string composer when she was a kid, and then she was just like, so it just happened to be this roundabout moment now where we then go down to Nashville and put these strings on this album that were written by a guy in Toronto, like, you know what I'm saying? And then we go down and like, you know, actually put these on the record, and we go down there as a group. Like it was just so fire. Like we take a road trip down there. Classic, you know, like literally playlisted this whole entire project. Like we went through 4 or 5 different iterations because we all made one, and his version of it was the best. So we stuck with it. Like, you know, Elton styled me for the majority, not even the majority, all of the pieces that you see. As well as engineering and mastering it, and you know, having like these different, like, it's to watch people play 6 different parts, you know what I'm saying? It makes you then feel like, yo, I don't know, I feel like this team is special this year, you know what I'm saying? Like when you ever watch like those teams in the NBA where they're like, yo, I think we're gonna win a chip this year. It's always like, yo, in training camp, it felt special, it felt different. Everybody was willing to give up a version of themselves to become like the best version that was meant for the team. And that
synergy,
truly, you know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
So
next up is Cindy's shoe. Cindy only has one shoe.
Cindy, yeah, Cinderella.
Got
there
it.
It is.
You know.
To the whip, baby. You know how I like it, but it's all changing anyway. When did it all just change? It was just all funny games and the clock struck 12. When did it all just change? It was just all funny games and the clock struck 12. Tick tock on the backslide.
Can you tell me more about the album title?
Dancing While Crying in the Middle of Nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Nowhere Farms. Let's get into it.
Damn. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something that I think you already know because we're friends or whatever like that. But
Friends or whatever.
No, I'm not like that. But friends in terms of like we actually speak.
Mm-hmm.
I've been lying in interviews about what this title actually means.
Oh, so I got the exclusive.
Yeah.
Say less.
But it's by accident. I didn't realize it. Again, like that. Like I said, that like the hindsight is 2020 type shit.
The idea evolved.
Yes.
I see.
Not even evolved. When I named it, this was the reason why. And then I kind of.
So that's not a lie.
It's not a lie. I just didn't want to tell people. But Dancing While Crying in the Middle of Nowhere is this. It's what I felt like I was doing. It's like I felt like I was doing this song and dance for people. I felt like I was like in front of people's faces and pretending to be something that I wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was sad. I was going through shit and I didn't know how to turn the smile off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like if you watch anime, I felt like All Might. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I just kept fucking smiling. Like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't for the sake of like me not being fucked up. And so as time went on or whatever, the nowhere aspect of it is because like the majority of the time that I was working on this project, I was homeless. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was literally dancing while crying in the middle of nowhere. Like, you never realize how many times people ask you where you live until you don't have a home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people was like, yo, where you stay at now? I'm like, oh man, I'll be around, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And it just kept on being this thing where for me, like nowhere was where I was. Like, I felt like I lost my crib. I felt like I lost like my identity and like what these four walls that I had to like secure myself. So I literally felt like I was in the middle of nowhere. And because of that, thus the title, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so funny that the project sounds happier than what the actual, you know, situation that got me there to make it was.
Yeah. That's what has me like trying to think. I mean, cause I don't think it's you just feel the most, like I said, most authentic, the most real. So like if somebody wasn't thinking about it in that way, maybe they would think it's a mask, but it's not. It's not
a mask. We all do it, you know?
Yeah.
We all like have this like thing where like if something happens yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And you got to come to work today, you got to turn that shit off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sadly, like the work,
compartmentalize.
You have to.
Yes.
And I think like so many different things were happening. Specifically, you add COVID into the mix, and then afterwards, like so many things were happening. I didn't have a chance to do that. Like, you know, I was just cutting off the Zoom call. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just cutting off the fucking FaceTime. And then I started to realize like, oh shit, like I'm not good. Like I'm not good. I haven't been good in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't present. I wasn't existing in these moments with people. Like I was having like, just doing like really cool shit. And like, I'm talking about really cool shit. And I'll be like, yo, I can't remember what the fuck we were even talking about. Like, or what the fuck we even did there. Like, or why we were there.
Yeah. I think like, I mean, with depression, like you can have a bad memory.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a terrible memory.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm
sure.
saying? It got to the place where I started trying to play brain games to like work on. I was like, dog, am I developing like, you know, early stages of Alzheimer's or some shit?
I feel you.
And I was like really scared. And after talking to like a therapist, they were like, no, you're just like erasing shit. Like you're like covering this
literally
shit up.
Blacking out.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, but that inspired the title. That also inspired like me wanting to fix that too. Like now when you even ask me if I'm happy, now I am dealing with the privilege of being able to be present, you know, which is,
that is a privilege.
It is. It's truly a privilege.
So many people are in survival mode, you know,
constantly.
Yeah.
You
for
know,
one reason or another.
So you're just like, oh damn, all my guards are up. I'm not looking at nothing. I'm just, you know, barreling through this tunnel vision, so on and so forth. But this time around, like I want to be here. I want to enjoy like the fruits of the labor. Like I want to, you know, sit up and like 5 years down the line and be like, yo, 2024 was fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed every part of it. When the anniversary of this album comes up, I want to celebrate it.
Yeah.
All my albums, I miss all of the anniversaries.
Yeah.
Not even on purpose. I think I just be forgetting.
Yeah.
Like, but now this time around, I don't think that I will. I think that I'll constantly want to relive these moments because they were so beautiful and they like added something else to who I am as a human. So
this feels monumental for you because even listening to Coffee Grounds EP, this is so different.
Yeah, truly.
Like it's not even a year, right?
Yeah.
Since that's nuts.
Yeah.
As like your old pocket.
It was. That's why even like, you know, songs like Other Side, I think the newest song on Coffee Grounds was the last song. And that was everything else on that was like at least a year or two old.
Yeah.
There were a lot of songs.
Well, hey, I don't know that. But just seeing the timeline of stuff, you know, it's like, oh, he did a 180.
Yeah.
He did 180 twice.
Twice.
No, 3 times. I think you still end up in the opposite side then. If you did it, never mind.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You feel me though? Cause you really switch it up on us like a lot.
So you spin and then you spin.
You have to spin a whole 100.
Then you spin again. Yeah, that'd be different. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so different, you know? Like, it's cool though.
Yeah,
it's unexpected.
I like that.
Yeah, no,
I like that. I want
that.
to change the perspective or the perception that there's one thing that you can expect from me. Like, I want to change that.
Well, I feel like this phrase is getting played out because everyone says it, but like you're world building, and I do think it's a played out phrase, but I do also think like that's like it's cool when artists build their world and like we enter their world, you know, because I feel like a lot of artists, I'll use SZA as an example because she did so many different genres. She explored so many different genres on her album, you know, and like honestly, first listen, I was like, I don't understand. But then like I know it's like the experimenting of different sounds and like, you know, I just feel like it's world building. Like, you know, you're taking me into whatever, you know, your experience, your life.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that's what you're doing, especially, I mean, like with visually, like that's just, you know, nail in the coffin type shit.
Classic said something to me where he was saying, you know, he likes my music. I just want to preface it by saying that. But like he was saying that like most of the time, like we made projects, you would get one video from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You would get, you know, one video, probably a half of a campaign of marketing and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And I think it really does do the music a disservice by not telling people where it came from. So to then have people who also are like, damn, like what does this world look like? You know, Classic does this thing like I don't even know.
Entering your mind.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's this question he'll actually like. So what you mean by that? Like when like it's directly after like a song, like you just finished writing a song's not even done. Like, what you mean by that? Which then puts you in this headspace of constantly asking yourself, like, what did I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? What is this world that I'm trying to build out?
Yeah.
Where is nowhere? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why the hell are you dancing and crying there? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, Nowhere Farms also, like, is that like, I mean, that's a place in nowhere.
It's a place in nowhere, but it's also
not a place.
It's nowhere. Nowhere Farms is actually a place called Primrose Farms, but Nowhere Farms is just a cool way of displaying or building out the world. The character that's in all of these visuals is the exact same character from the Mad Honey video to all of the other videos. And Nowhere Farms is just another place that he visits, you know, along this whole entire journey, but in his journey to try to be present, before he can name the place.
We're world building.
World building.
Yeah. We're gonna listen to the next song, Point Nemo.
Walking in these orthotics, my problem is I never see shit from your point of view. A mile
of your shoes. Marathons for two, we running, I think I'm screwed. We turn this house to a zoo. Now I'm been singing the blues.
So, you know what I'm saying? You done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Yeah, maybe it was me. I waited way too long to tell you how I feel. Never found myself, you were someone else, and I guess that's just the way it goes.
So I wanted to revisit the listening parties you had. Well, when you had the one in Chicago, you surprised us.
Yeah.
Were you just planning on showing the Gina music video?
No, I was always going to surprise
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah. I wanted Chicago to kind of experience the album first, but I also wanted to like take people out of the typical listening experience.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
So we went through, I think we had 3 different conversations of how we were going to premiere Gina initially. And we're like, oh, okay, we should like live stream it. And I was like, that's lame. And then we was like, oh, we should, have a exhibit, like have a thing where people pull up and put on like some headphones, but you can only do it like 3 at a time. And it's like 2 big 4K screens, and like people would like, kind of watch it. Then I was like, all right, cool. But and it was like, all right, well, what if we just did a theater at that point? And so we were like, okay, cool. But the theater aspect, we were then the conversation came up like, well, if we play Gina, we should play everything else. And I think Juliana was like, nah, like you're giving too much away. And I was like, it's a month out, like, and it's only Chicago, like that's fine. Like, and there's something about putting people in a theater to watch something where you don't want to pull your phone out. You want to pay attention because it feels like that's movie etiquette. Right. And I was like, that's probably the best way to get people into the world, not to keep doing the world building thing, but yeah, world building. But it's like an easy way to put people in the world, and for them to stay there for 20 minutes. So yeah.
No, I think it was a brilliant move. I think it was really cool.
Thank you.
I think it was just different, and it sticks out in my mind. And also now I have the poster in my house, and it's signed by you.
Let's go.
Yeah,
that's dope. If you want a bigger one, I got one for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you replicated that in New York and LA.
Yeah. But in New York and LA, we prefaced it as a
listening party.
No, as a viewing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people kind of walked in expecting to see a movie of some sort. And it kind of plays out like that. Like, if you play the album trailer after everything, it feels like a movie, it's all existing in this house. It's all existing in this place where you start to ask yourself like, oh snaps, where is he? Like, and then like the mansion is like, the dojo mansion is like in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of St. Charles. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you add this aspect to it where it's just like, oh shit, like we felt like we were in the middle of nowhere. We felt like we were like, how do we bring people into that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But then, like I said, this having people in New York and LA, like prefacing it by saying it's a viewing, like you then start to be like, okay, like how do I view this as a movie? Like what parts do we put in there? And New York was cool because Mad Honey wasn't out yet. So we then prefaced it the exact same way that we prefaced it in Chicago, where like this is the Mad Honey premiere along with the album viewing. And then in LA, it was like, this is the listening. I guess that was the only one that was prefaced as like a listening experience or something. Yeah.
So like when you were making the videos, were you thinking about, like you said, like it being a movie and like telling a certain part of the story at a certain time based on like the list? Because if I watched, because you're playing every video in order of like the sequence on the project.
Album. Yeah.
So is it like in that way? Is it like a story, like when you were mapping it out or what have you?
Yes and no. One song didn't exist when we made the visuals, which was a song called High Beams. Like that was the only one that didn't exist. We made that afterwards. But
Is that the interlude? sort
yeah,
of?
it's the
Okay.
interlude one. But yeah, I think so. We made Gina, and Noah Kegler, who directed and wrote the treatment for all of these. He came up with this idea for Gina, where he was like, this character, you get to see him now in a place where you're seeing the effects of his actions, right? It's kind of like a prequel to all of the other visuals, where you see that he's unhappy with like being on set or being in this place, or he's having a problem being present. And then as you get to the second part of the ending of that, which like has like almost a after credit scene, the same way that like the Avengers does, where like you see me in this house in therapy, and then we go back to the house for all of the rest of the visuals. And I guess you could say that the house serves as the therapy session, and then the things that I'm living throughout in the house are things that are also being lived out on the album, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But it's just like if we're having this conversation right now, and then like the real life version of that, somebody started dancing in front of us, but we never stopped talking.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the best way of looking at what the visuals are actually displaying.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, how much input did you have in? I mean, did you really feel like it was a partnership between you and Noah?
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I told him that I wanted it to. We talked about like photo references. Like I think on my initial cover for "Don't Let It Go to Your Head," it's a Rene Magritte painting. I think the visual for Mad Honey, not the video, but the visual is based off of Tears of a Clown. Like it's this sad clown. It's like kind of saying we based it off that painting. I think it's the painting of the fallen angel crying that we based the high beams visual off of. Like all of them were based off of painting references. And then we matched that by also being like, what if this felt like an A24 film? Like what if we shot this in the same lens that like if I was watching Midsummer, it would feel like that. And so yeah, and then after that, he just went crazy with the rest of it. So
why paintings?
Was
it the same painter? No.
I think paintings, because I want, when you stop, if I was just to pause the screen and look at it, I want it to feel like art. Like
Yeah.
I constantly feel like we are losing the artistic aspect of like making videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think like, when you look at like Michael Jackson or like, Prince and Purple Rain, and you look at all of these amazing videos that people were making, even recently with Childish Gambino and his movie, and I think the last single he dropped, where it's like him and Young Nudie. How have we came so far to the point where like your videos don't look like art anymore? Like I want you to stop this. If you paused it on the screen and walked out the room and walked back in, you're like, yo, that picture fire. Damn, that's crazy. That's a screen and that cut off. But yeah, I wanted the things to feel like that. I wanted, all my art to feel like that. I want all my art to feel like art. And so like we kind of based it in paintings and then made our own modern version of them. The same way that like we did with Rene Magritte. I love making like black versions of like white artists.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you did that with that album?
With the painting of that one for sure. I think I've always had like an art background to all of the ways that I approach my album art, but this is the first time where I think we were able to like kind of flex it and like talk it through with somebody who I think got me the same exact way. Me and Noah were on the same page with a lot of shit. So every single time that we talked about like where we wanted to take it, he was like, oh, I already know what you're talking about. I already know how you want to go. All right, say less. We got it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
In
terms of sequencing, how did you pick Point Nemo as the first song? I mean, you said that Classic
actually did,
but did he tell you why?
No. I think after he sent the sequencing, I then sewed it together. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of parts on Point Nemo that weren't there. Like he sequenced a very basic version of the project. And then afterwards, it's like, okay, cool. Like we went back in with Eugene on a lot of records. Great job. That's what we needed. We we went back in with Eugene on a lot of records. We kind of also the beginning running part of that, the ending part with Daisy wasn't on there. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't there. Those strings weren't on there.
It's like the basic structure of songs.
So he picked those songs for feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just how it made him feel or whatever. I think I swapped 2 songs in place of each other. And then I think the playlist that he had didn't include High Beams. So I then put High Beams in there to bring together like that first half, which is Point Nemo, Mad Honey, and Gina, to go with Oh Dear, Cindy Shoe, and Easy to Miss You, right?
Yeah.
Something was missing. Those last 3 are like kind of more somber, and then the first ones are very upbeat. So I was like, oh, cool. Like I need something in between here to like draw all this together. So basically he made that first version, the sewing part. Now it tells a cohesive story. Like it could, you hear the dancing part of the album and you hear the crying version, not part of the album too. So
yeah, you have to have both.
You have to need it.
I think Point Nemo and it's Damn Dear. Dear, no, what's that one?
Oh Dear.
Oh Dear, oh Dear.
Yeah.
I those are my favorite.
Oh, thank you. I love Oh Dear. I really didn't think that people would like Oh Dear. I'm glad that people do.
Yeah.
It's
feels
just
like a transition because that's like one of the last 3. Or, yeah.
That's the
it's
one.
It's like a transition into the last 2.
Yeah. When you go on
emotionally
on the vinyl, I think.
Excuse me, can I have one?
Oh shit! Damn, should I just leak my own vinyl release? On the vinyl, that's the other side starts on Oh Dear.
Oh,
like,
sick.
Which is crazy because if you listen to the way that the High Beams ends, it ends like a record is like just going around, which is dope because when you actually listen to it on the vinyl and you just hear the needle just going across on it, it sounds so fire. And then you just turn it over and it just starts on like on Oh Dear. So
looking forward to that. That's cool. Well, I mean, clearly the central theme here is love.
Truly.
As is with your other projects. Summer Camp was more of like a coming of age. Seemed also like looking back at your childhood. The things kind of you dealt with. And then Don't Let It Go to Your Head was also, I mean, I think there was a theme of love. I think like the socioeconomic sort of things you were grappling with were maybe the bigger, took up more space. I don't know.
No, yeah.
You think but the love was like within
guaranteed.
That.
I think
well, this is all about love, yeah.
For sure. Don't Let It Go to Your Head is a place of me talking about my past and how it's affected me in love.
Okay.
Summer Camp is me understanding my presence and who I am and trying to love myself and what I'm going through. And then this one is a present theme of like, what does it look like if I don't look through my past lens and I don't look from the future? I just look from right here. What does it look like? And then you have a song like Point Nemo where I start to realize like, oh shit, like I fucked up my relationships. Like it had nothing to do with you. Like I just didn't know I was here. Like, you know, and understanding that, but like not even in a past way of looking at it and being like, no, I'm happy that you're where you're at right now. But I also have to understand that like I played a crazy part in the reason why we're not together because I wasn't who I am right now. And I can see that now. So, but then that goes into all of these other things. Like, Oh Dear is a song about accidentally falling in love. Like, you know, you hang out with somebody for so long to the point that you're like, damn, am I in love with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, dog, like that shit happens so often. And
I think that's why I like that song.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that nobody writes a song about that. Like nobody writes a song about accidentally falling in love and being like, damn, like how far have we taken this off of accidentally? Did we ever sit up here and tell each other intentionally that I want to be in love with you? Like, and if we didn't do that, like we need to start letting that attention show up, because if it doesn't, then something's going to happen. Like there's going to be some type of animosity or something that comes up where it's just like, man, I don't even really want to be, like, man, you know what? I don't even need this. Like, and then you like find somebody walking out and you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And I think for me, I felt that. I've been there before. You know, and I don't know, like the same thing with Easy to Miss You. Like people think that that's a song about like losing love or realizing something after the fact. For me, that was a song about me losing my little brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like being like, man, like I've chased this dream for so long that I don't even realize like the relationships that I've given up by doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so much strain and so many times where I like haven't seen my family, or, you know, I'll go back home for a quick second and, you know, one of my nephews is 8 and the next time I go back they're 18. Like that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't make me feel good in any way, shape or form or whatever. But then then I ask the question of like, if I did it all over again, like what would I choose? And I'm not at the end of my journey, so I don't know whether or not I picked wrong or not. Like, yeah. But I know that at the end, when it's all said and done, I know if I can acknowledge it right now, that it is something that I need to fix. Yeah. And it is something that I want to kind of build onto. And also understanding that like when all of this materialistic shit is gone, when all of like the accolades and everything else is like fades away, like who do you have? Who are you surrounded by? And if you're not surrounded by people who love you and who understand you, who exist in this world because they just happen to be born in the same lineage as you, then what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? What does it matter if Joe Blow loves you from Idaho if like your little cousin hates you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't played football with him in 3 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that fucking sucks. Like, I don't want to be like that absentee father in a life like where somebody's like, oh shit, like your dad's a great guy, and then you as a kid are looking up like, I fucking hate my dad. Like I ain't seen my dad in 6 years, bro. Like, so but yeah, like I wanted to make songs in those breaths, like talking about those aspects of love, whether it's the loss of it, whether it's the accidental aspect of it, whether it's, you know, Gina is falling in love like with somebody who's, I don't know, like that the world may see as mean. Mad Honey is about lust. Like, yeah, it's kind of dealing with. I always want to write songs about love where I feel like other people are missing. I want to write songs about love that are missing from the world. Like, you know, like there's so many
different types of love.
It's so many different types, and for some odd reason, we only get the
romantic.
That's it. Yeah. And I don't want that anymore. I mean, I'm probably gonna write some romantic love songs, but like, yeah,
but I think like anything you made could be, like you said, the last song's about your little brother. Yeah. Like, you know, it's all how you sort of.
It's all relative to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you've learned? Like, what have you learned from really writing about love and I guess all of its many facets?
That I don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I love making albums because they feel like journal entries.
Yes.
And I also never want to make a project that 5 years later I look back and be like, what the fuck was I talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? I always want to make it from a standpoint of like trying to understand something, trying to figure something out. Never placing blame on anybody else, only looking like making self-evaluations, like self-reflecting a lot. And I learned that I put different caps or ceilings on why I'm not lovable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have a self-deprecating way that I look at myself in love. I always think that I'm like incapable of having love. Or
is that the world telling you that?
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? You get on Twitter right now. It's 50 million people telling you what people should hate every man that exists on this planet.
I don't accept any advice from the internet. No longer.
My dates do.
Godspeed.
Not on purpose. I don't think that it's on purpose. I think
it's definitely not.
Yeah, I think when you have like these conversations with people, I think we got like a lot of therapy language without the therapy, and I hated that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot of love language without the love. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's just empty.
It's so empty, and it's just words now. Yeah. And because of that, we've lost our way in terms of trying to actually get to know somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just like never letting anybody tell me I'd live my life ever again.
Oh,
that
God.
includes the internet.
Oh God. Okay.
It definitely includes the internet. You can keep all of your advice TikTok. I don't need it.
None of it. You're not trying to learn how to cook
I want to watch funny cat videos.
Fair.
I want to see a fire fit.
True.
And I want to know where to buy the fire fit. And I think that's my pocket. Maybe just like the funny ones, like the ones that are like 1 million plus.
No architecture digest.
Oh, those are fun. I love like the home, the interior design.
I watch like
I like a
cow
good lip
shoeing.
liner combo video, you know?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
cow shoeing. You know when they like reshoe cows.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, I've seen the
like
horses.
Nate the hoof guy. That's my guy.
They be like peeling that shit.
Yeah. It's like big fingernails. Those are my
Yeah.
guys. Those are like time lapses of like car cleaning, car detailing, landscaping. I do all of those. Yeah. But you're right. I don't really try to take advice from the internet.
No, because whenever I do, I get caught up. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
How's that apply to my life? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we're going to listen to the next song. This is Mad Honey.
Let's have fun. Don't be stoned. Got a honeybee all day. Like you smell. Show and tell. How crown is sweet. Honeycomb, love stuff. Yeah. Honey, just sweetness for my amenity. It keeps me alive. Honeycomb, love stuff. Yeah. Honey, just sweetness in my life. Cause without it, I'll die. I must be stoned.
Shit.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's get out of here.
Ain't I like to feel I want it. You let this world that I need you on my own. Make that up, but the time has been mine. I did it out the love. Waiting around these beats for me. Remember, quick is all I need. Let's have fun. Don't be stoned. Like honeybee all day. Like you smell. Show and tell. How crown is sweet. Honeycomb, love stuff. Honey, just sweetness for my amenity. It keeps me alive. Honeycomb, love stuff. Honey, just sweetness in my life. Cause without it, I'll die. I feel like I've been on sugar high. Can't eat a high. My frontal lobe is trying to pick a side. I can't decide. When she breaks my skin, I love the way it feels. I put my index in to make sure that it's real. Baby, let's stick it. Give me the gotta get you. And I gotta live in it. And I just know I want some more.
Action.
I go by the name of Tebow Williams. I want y'all to come down here to Nowhere Farms where you can get the mad hot honey that you have ever had in your life. I promise you, this honey will blow your head off. Won't it? Yes, I promise you right now. I want you to come down here. Call this number right here at the bottom of your screen. Come down here to Nowhere Farms. You can get the hottest honey, the hottest honeys, all the bunnies, Playboy money, all that other type of stuff. But all I want you to do is remember this. If the honey is mad, you'll be glad.
Trauma will make you forget shit very quickly, but that's not a great skill to have when you're living life. You'll do something amazing and people will be like, yo, you remember when I'm gonna be like, no, I don't. It's impossible for me to remember that because the trauma thing that I built up, which was just this fast memory to get over shit as quickly as possible, is now affecting my memory to be able to live in the moment.
When you had the listening party here or event.
Okay.
But it's something you said during your during the conversation after where you were talking about like taking off your facade and like you're really letting people see you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a really good conversation y'all had after.
Thank you.
And I'm just like happy for you.
Thank
you
you.
know, because it's hard.
It's weird as hell. Like it's weird as hell. I think I again, like I'm in here sweating and shit, but I think because it is this aspect of like I don't know how to put it back up anymore. I don't know how to put the facade back up. I only know how to be
I don't
like,
think you need to.
the world will tell you otherwise.
Well, you just said the world's on bullshit.
It is, but it's like I have to still exist in it.
I know.
Like I still gotta play the game. I still gotta like do meetings and all types of shit. And then, you know.
This time you have a good support system though, you know.
For sure.
I think that changes things.
It does. It allowing them to, you know, kind of, I mean, not even allowing, like them wanting to take on, like, hey, like we'll take on this or we'll take on this and so on and so forth.
It gives you focus.
Yes. And a little bit more freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is feel like I could take down my protective shield because I know that there's people around me who will protect me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And won't leave me to die in the valley of the hyenas. You know what I'm saying? Like
they won't leave you in nowhere.
Or they will leave me nowhere.
Well, unless you want to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah. They'll leave you where you want to be, not stranded.
There it is. There it is. There it is. I like that.
What's your favorite song on the project?
It changes.
Current favorite.
Today, I like High Beams a lot. It's the interlude, but there's a longer version of it that I listen to. It's like 2 minutes or whatever like that. It's really good. Whatever. I think that's probably my favorite. I would probably say Cindy's Shoe.
It's a good one.
I'd probably say Cindy's Shoe. I just love how like the back and forths, the tug and war that happens on there. I love how Blake sounds on there. I love the compliment, how both of our voices complement each other. Juliana's doing backgrounds on there, and she's like the voice at the end. Like, and I love like the story aspect of how we. Have you ever seen Batman, the one with Bane, Batman Rises, Dark Knight Rises?
I don't think so.
You haven't seen Dark Knight Rises?
Maybe.
Damn. It's the one with Bane. It's the one right after Heath Ledger died.
Oh, okay.
But in there's like this kid that's like singing in a football field. Like it's just like it's really, really raw. And I was like, damn, hey Jill, can you go in here and sing like this part? Because like she has like this very high pitched voice. And I was like, if you go in there and sing that and we like kind of, you know, format the vocals up a little bit, I can make you sound like this little boy singing or whatever. And I just wanted it to feel like how Young Boy was in the middle of that field before the field just caved in because he bombed underneath it.
Specific.
But that's how the song feels. It feels like you right before Easy to Miss You comes in, I want the floor to feel like it's missing from underneath you. Like I want you to feel like you're either floating or you're like falling, but like not to your death or your doom, but like to like, oh shit, what's happening? And I think that moment creates that. And then as soon as those keys come in at the top of Easy to Miss You, it feels like you land. But like now you're just trying to find your way, which is dope. Yeah.
Well, what are you looking forward to?
World building. I'm looking forward to enjoying the fruits of my labor this time around. To touring, to like we still have like some merch drops with this, a couple more videos. I'm working on like 2 other projects already.
We love hearing that.
Yeah, I don't think there's never going to be a gap in between my music how it was between 2020 and 2024 or 2016 and 2020. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I'll do that ever again. I'm looking forward to being happy, to existing presently and in being comfortable in my existence. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Not being nowhere anymore. So naming the places that I'm in.
Well, we want you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to play our last song. This is Gina.
love you stupid. I think you're just my type. Poster and emotions online. Your head with the other girls like. And that feels right. It's somebody mean, girl. It's somebody mean, girl. It's somebody mean, girl. She love me again, I just keep forgetting the night we fell in love. Smile, but you ride me back in over. Nice girl, just ain't no fun. I think you're just my type.
Have you written anything since we last spoke?
I have.
Thank you, Zig, for joining me today. And thank you to everyone for tuning into Something Slight. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Young Noodle Cup. That's YUNG Noodle Cup. And Private Stock Studios on Instagram and Twitter at PVTSTCK. And where can they find you?
TheMIND on everything. That's X.
Oh, right. X, not
X,
Twitter.
not
My
Twitter.
bad.
X, Instagram, and it's I Saw the Mind on YouTube. On TikTok, it's underscore the at the mind or at underscore the mind. I think that's it.
Okay.
Facebook is the mind with 3 eyes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Hey man, I'm popping the
People
most.
do.
I'm
Oh,
popping the
they
most
do.
on Facebook. I got like 50,000 followers on Facebook.
Wow.
People love me out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up,
Yeah.
Facebook? What's good? You know what I'm saying? We outside or inside because it's Facebook. So
We're in the metaverse. So
you know what I'm saying? We in the metaverse.
Yeah. I'll see y'all next time.
Peace out.